Yo, welcome back to my channel. My name is the Robo-san, and I'm back again with another interesting video. And this time we are going to talk about Jay Z, Sean Carter, and the civil law case that has been filed against him, and Puff Daddy Sean Combs, aka p.diddy, aka Love, whatever you want to call him. And let's just say that the shit has hit the roof. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, just in case you are one of the few people on this planet who do not know who Jay Z is, I can't imagine why you wouldn't know who Jay Z is. He is a popular businessman, rapper who has been on top of the game since damn near the mid-90s. He shot to fame after the death of the notorious B.I.G. He was one of the top 3 rappers in New York, him, Nas, and Biggie. And of course, we all know Puffy, who was the one who brought about many rappers, such as the notorious B.I.G., rest in peace. He was also part of one of the leading figures in the New York rap beef back in the 90s. Well, however, Sean Combs and Jay Z have always been two peas in a pod. They have always been business affiliates, always been commendable towards each other, affiliates, having business, also seen in many photo ops and things of the like. So when Sean Diddy, who has also had rumor trouble all over the years, had stories that started to emerge of him sexually assaulting people, harming people, doing all sorts of criminal activities. Nobody can forget the controversial shooting he had in a nightclub with rapper Shine, who is now a political figure in Belize. And then we started to hear different stories. First, it was his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who brought out a lawsuit against him, and then he settled allegedly for $30 million. And then the whole world was, part of the world was in denial, and then footage came out of him attacking Cassie in a hotel lobby, and the whole world condemned him. And then rumors started to emerge that it was only a matter of time before the feds picked him up. And a couple of months ago, the feds did indeed pick Diddy up, and he's been applying for bail, and he's still behind bars. All his bail attempts and applications have been denied. So social media has been speculating that when are they going to pick Jay Z up as well? Things are going to happen. We all know the propaganda that Jaguarite has been spreading, and people have been saying, okay, when is it going to be Jay Z's turn? The government has got Puff. They have to pick up Jay Z. So, how do we proceed? So, in the early hours of Sunday, news broke out that a lawsuit had been refiled, which was previously against Puff Daddy as one of the defendants and some of his ancillary businesses, his Bad Boy label, and now they amended the suit and refiled it to add Jay Z as a defendant in the suit. So I am going to show you that lawsuit right now, and we're going to go through it and we're going to break it down. Just a second. All right, so you can see the filing date right there. That is the 8th of December 2024, and it was filed in the notorious Southern District of New York. This is the same district, I believe, that got R. Kelly behind bars, convicted. I could be wrong, but y'all fact check me on that later. And here you can see the parties. Now, you can see here that it is Jane Doe. Right here, Jane Doe. So in the US, in cases of this nature alleging sexual crimes, or where the plaintiff or the victim is fearful of their life and they want to remain anonymous, you can file it under the pseudonym Jane Doe, which is sort of like a nickname, for lack of a better word. And then you can see here the first defendant, Sean Combs, Daddy's House Recordings, which is one of his studios, I believe. And Combs Global, these are his businesses, the very famous Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, Bad Boy Records. These are just ancillary companies of the sort. And then right here at the bottom, we have Jay Z, Sean Carter. That's his government name right there. And in the introduction, you can see here that it shows you the relationship between Jay Z and P. Diddy and how they allegedly drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards, which is also referred to as the VMAs. So we're just going to skip all of this. This just shows you how the defendants relate to each other, the companies, how Diddy uses his companies to effect these alleged crimes and wrongs against the plaintiff, Jane Doe. And then we want to go straight to the meat, straight to the gist, the juicy part of this lawsuit. Just in case you're tuning into my channel for the first time, I will have you know that I have a degree in law. I have also practiced law for over 10 years as well. Now, right here, factual allegations. On or around the September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old. 13 years old. I would have to say when I was 13 years old, all I could think about was just cartoons, comic books, and jumping outside to play. I wasn't thinking about going to the VMAs. But let me know. Let's just proceed. So she could try to attend the Video Music Awards. Attending the VMAs was on the plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she would gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. The plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff without a ticket remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on the jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs or an after-party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. How did she know to do this at such a young age? She is exhibiting quite some experience. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she would fit what Diddy was looking for. While not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. How does a driver have access to the VMA Awards? I mean, I think that's a point that the defense can pick up on. Also, celebrities also have strict NDAs that are given to their staff. Another question that comes to my mind is, this driver, is he a regular driver, somebody that drives P. Diddy all the time during that period? Because drivers are essentially these days part of an entourage, but I don't know what it was like back then. I wasn't there. And then this driver, was he just somebody who drove a rental limo for the day? How did he know? What's the relationship between this driver and P. Diddy? I would think that if these celebrities give people NDAs, which are non-disclosure agreements, where you cannot talk about what happened in certain circumstances after the fact, you would think that he would be more strict about the information or the agreements he has with his staff, like a limo driver. Then again, like I said, we don't know if this driver was just there for the day or somebody who was in the continued employment of P. Diddy. So let's go on. One of the limousine drivers, okay, we read that part. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed the plaintiff to return to his location after the event, that he would pick her up and take her to the after party. Interesting. Okay. In my mind, I'm thinking, why didn't he just say, hey, Puff, if you're that close to her, here's a girl who's young that you like. So I'm thinking Puff probably had a date to the 2000 VMAs. So hold on. Let's just look up the VMAs. I had this tab open earlier from Billboard. Let's just go back. 2000 VMAs. Puff Daddy. I think he was dating Delo at the time. Was he dating J-Lo at the time? Oh, yeah. So J-Lo was with him. Okay. Hold on. I want you to keep an eye on this. Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep an eye on this. So he was with J-Lo at the event. Let's go back to our lawsuit. Later that evening, plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed like a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her to what was described as the after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. So, just now, the VMA in 2000s were held at Radio City Music Hall. I wish there was a way. So this is it right here. Let's just open Google Earth. So this is it right here. And a 20-minute drive. She was so specific about that. A 20-minute drive in New York traffic. 20-minute drive is how many miles? How many miles is a 20-minute drive? 9.9 miles, give or take. So, is this mansion somewhere within this vicinity? I wish I could find that out. I wish AI were that good to find that out. We'll come back to this. Okay. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document, which is the NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. Right here. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave the men her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities. Name names who was there. As she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd, plaintiff attempted to mingle with the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Wait staff circled through the room. These are staff that serve drinks and food, and loud music played through the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture and tasted like orange juice, cranberry, and something bitter. So, I'm assuming that if the staff was carrying these drinks around and she was serving everybody. That means she wasn't the only person who consumed this drink. So it is quite possible, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility that someone else allegedly took this drink as well. I mean, unless you want me to believe that the driver specifically took her there, somebody in Puffy's party allegedly prepared this drink and gave it to this young woman specifically, and it was served on a tray. I mean, the tray would possibly have other similar drinks or other libations of the sort, and then she picked that drink. These are all questions that the defense is going to ask when she gets on the stand. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel very woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and or his agents or employees to insert GHB into the alcoholic drinks is seen behind. GHB is a date rape drug. Let me just see the GHB drug. Gamma hydroxybutyrate is an illegal drug that serves as a nervous system depressant. Now, this is very important. It's a party drug that produces feelings of euphoria, confidence, relaxation, and sociability. Side effects of GHB can include drowsiness, vomiting, mood swings, dependence, as well as symptoms of unconsciousness and respiratory collapse. Okay. Liquid ecstasy or blue nitro. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. All right. So, you say a photograph on an exemplary container used by Combs or his agents. How did they know that? Okay. I'm sure the defense is going to get this thrown out. They're going to be looking to get this thrown out. Very, very sure of that. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms. Off to it, she entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom, so she could lie for a moment. She did not lock the door. The room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, television, or other furnishings. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity B, who is not named. So, you can guess as to who allegedly this female celebrity could be. I'm not going to mention names, but who do you think it is? Allegedly. Combs then threw the plaintiff toward the wall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At this point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more disoriented. You know, I would like to see the old lawsuit, the one that was filed before this, before Jay Z was named in it. Are the events the same? Probably guess. I don't think the lawyer would be so stupid as to make that mistake. I don't think he would be that stupid. Let me just shift this a little bit so you guys can see this. Okay. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her while Combs and celebrity watched. After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and celebrity B watched. You know, it's kind of crazy. I mean, in the 2000s, Jay Z was a really popular guy. I mean, he literally had this peak of women all over the world. So it's insane as to why allegedly someone of his status at that height of his popularity would want to do something like this. I don't know. Let's proceed. When Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly, punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and her shoes, ran out of the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a toy. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave. I mean, if this is not a strange sight and people are not asking questions at the sight of this, then you can only imagine as to what allegedly else similarly was happening in this mansion party. Outside, plaintiff put her clothes back and left the scene in the dark. Plaintiff attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached a gas station she noticed on the way to the party. A female clerk noticed her distress, allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she lied about her whereabouts, asked him to pick her up. She called her father. Interesting. The plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. Now, I imagine that your dad, you're asleep, your daughter calls you up, hey, I'm at this mansion party, something bad happened, can you come and pick me up? The dad did not march back into the mansion to find out, hey, what really happened here? Why did you guys do this to my daughter? From what I can see here, a police report was not filed, nor was it reported, no rape kit, nothing of the sort. I can't see any of that in this alleged facts here. And these are all things that the defense lawyers are going to point out. So it's going to be interesting to see. Will Jay and Puffy have the same lawyer? I very much doubt that. Will Jay Z and Puff Daddy's lawyers cooperate? I do not know. It's going to be interesting to see the strategy that they will employ. As a result of this, after the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression that affected every facet of her life. Plaintiff suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and a seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. Plaintiff has difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. She will probably be in her mid or late 30s about now, if she were 13 at the time that this happened. All right. Whenever somebody files something like this, you want to look at the response. And Jay Z swiftly responded to this. He released a statement via Rock Nation. And it's kind of unusual because whenever celebrities are faced with this sort of allegations, they always tiptoe around it and, profess that deny any culpability or any responsibility for any wrongdoing of the sort. But here, it's quite interesting because Jay has opted to fight fire with fire. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter. People are saying that Jay Z personally put out this statement. I don't think so. I think somebody did this with him for him. And Tony Buzbee. What he calculated was the nature of these allegations. Okay, hold on. Let me just start all over again. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Buzbee. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations, and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle, just like Puffy did. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want... to expose you for the fraud you are in very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Now, you will remember that Tony Buzbee, this plaintiff's lawyer, elected to go to a civil lawsuit and as against a criminal lawsuit. The standard of proof in a criminal lawsuit where the allegations and charges of this nature are way higher than in a civil lawsuit. So, Jay is saying, if you really believe that you were wronged, that I did this crazy crime to you, make a report. Go to the police. Let them come pick me up. Let them arrest me. And I'll prove my innocence in court. But you are coming through the civil route because you want to shake me down. Jay Z is no stranger to lawsuits. I mean, he does have a song with R. Kelly back in the day, about where he was, he was in a law court. I'll put the video somewhere up, picture of the video somewhere up. These allegations, these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of this type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Buzbee, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I am more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. Come on, Jaden, write this. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. Ouch. I remember back then when I was a lawyer, whenever people wanted to just attack you, they would either attack you your inexperience when I was a young lawyer or your suit. They would call you a charge and bail lawyer with your charge and bail suit and shit like that. Man, it used to hurt. So that's why as soon as I decided to get a little bit of money, I had to just get me some good suits. Let's go on. You may have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. This is very menacing. I'm not from your world. I am a young man who had made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play this type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe in idiotic claims you have levied against me. Damn. I mean, he just called most of the naysayers on social media idiots. Okay, because a lot of people believe that Jay Z is doing this. Like, a lot of haters are like, hey, Jay Z is definitely guilty. You have levied against me, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. If you notice, look at how Jay Z is coming after this. He's coming at this. He's attacking the lawyer, not the plaintiff, not the alleged victim herself. Now, Tony Buzbee would go on to, in fact, respond to these claims. Let's just see what he said. He made a response. Regarding the Jay Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. So, apparently he is alleging that Jay Z sued him. through someone else. He filed his frivolous law case under a pseudonym. Ironic, isn't it? Jane Doe sued Jay Z. Jay Z, through a pseudonym, sued Tony Buzbee, who's the lawyer for Jane Doe. What he fails to say, that is Jay Z, to say in his recent statement is, my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of the alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Demanded a penny yet. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened, and I'm very proud of her resolve. This is Lawyer 101. Whenever a lawyer is attacked and he just puts his client as a shield in between them. Hey, you can attack me, but if I put her in the middle of us, be very, very careful when you are shooting at me. You just might shoot her as well. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself. We will litigate the facts in court and not in the media, which is pretty hypocritical because Tony Buzbee himself is a media hog. He loves the media. He goes to the media before he even files anything. He has filed numerous cases against Puff Daddy. This is the person that opened a phone line. Hey, if you know Puffy ever did anything wrong to you, call this line and then we'll pick up your case. So I'm surprised he's saying this. But then again, that's just the game that they are playing. So it's quite interesting. I wonder how this is going to go for Jay Z. Do I think he did it? Do I think he didn't do it? Right now, from what I can see, unless there's something to the contrary that comes up in the future, I don't believe this. To me, I do not believe it. I do not believe it. But my mind is open, my opinion doesn't count when it comes. My opinion will not convict Jay Z or find or pressure the court to find him guilty or fine for the plaintiff in this matter, rather, since it's a civil case. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes on. And the question now is this: what do you think? Do you think that Jay Z did this? Do you think that Jay is guilty or not guilty? Did he do this? Is he in the wrong here? From the facts that you've seen so far, how do you think it's going to play out? Please let me know down in the comments. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share. I need your support. Show your boys some love. As developments occur, I will continue to update you guys on this video. That will be all for now. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.